Welcome back, you guys. I felt it coming on. I told you guys it was an inkling for a little while, and I woke up and it was full-fledged. I have both energy and motivation today. Super freaking excited. It's been a long time coming. I have not had both energy and motivation for what feels like weeks, you guys. I tried to force it. It's just not there. So today it's here. I know that I had said in a community post that the next time this happens for me, I wanted to do bulk meal cooking. But unfortunately, that's something that you have to have everything for. I don't have the food. I have a lot of really amazing recipe ideas and a very vague idea of what I want, but I don't have any of the ingredients to actually knock this out. And today's the day. Like, we need to make this happen before it's gone. So instead, next best thing, but probably honestly first best thing, I want to clean the house. I just want to show you how cute Sweet Potato is. She's the cutest little kitten everywhere. Leroy is not that cute. He's a very rotten dog. Look at that bad dog right there. And of course, Beauty is the best dog of all time. So I want to get this house clean while the energy is with me. And the first thing I need to do, I need an empty hamper. I don't even want to fold these clothes, but all of our hampers are full. Most of them are full with clean clothes that I have not bothered to fold. And it turns out most of it's my daughter's or my husband's clothes. So right now I'm just trying to sort these so that I can give the girls their hampers so they can fold and put away. I don't fold or put away my kids' laundry. I actually don't do my kids' laundry, but often they'll get stopped after it's dry and leave it in the dryer like we all do. And then when my husband or I come back behind them and we need to do our laundry, we're pulling their laundry out and it just sits. So now that I blame them for that failure, I pulled up my backup thing of clothes. Those are clean clothes in a hamper that I tucked away in my room because I didn't feel like cleaning clothes. I was not in the mood. So I gave the hamper to the girls. And oh yeah, I am looking for my TV remote so I could watch something while I fold clothes. I still don't know where it is. I did not find it at all. So I pulled up my computer. I'm going to watch some YouTube. And that works out better for me because often if I have YouTube running on my TV while I clean, I'm really paranoid about showing you guys my TV because of like, what if I got a copyright strike? I don't know if that would be a thing, if that would really work with YouTube, if somebody came behind was like, no, she used my content on her TV and I saw it and I just don't want a copyright strike. And so it's best that I shield your eyes from what I'm viewing. Also, it's plausible deniability because, yeah, I am honing my craft. I'm going to be able to commit the perfect murder with all of the true crime that I am digesting over here in my brain. I'm going to be able to knock it out of the park and you'll never know. So I sped that up to 5,000%. And all right, so a little backtrack real quick. When I first started my YouTube journey, if you will, all of 8 months ago, like I'm an old timer at it, I told myself I didn't want to use any filters on my footage. I don't want to use beauty filters on my face, slimming filters on my body, anything like that, because even though I would love it, I would look amazing, I thought it would be incredibly hard, not just for, women's appearance standards across the board or whatever, but editing footage where I look unnaturally better than I am for so many hours, especially like a beauty filter on my face for so many hours, and then looking in a mirror, I think that would be really hard to put together. Even beautiful, having a filtered face all the time, coming back and looking at your not like toned face, like with the magic that they use, I think that would be incredibly hard to adjust together. So that was a choice that I made because I didn't want to struggle with my appearance after a long amount of time. And now I feel like maybe I shouldn't use the speed up on the folding the laundry, because it is absolutely amazing to see me do that at 5,000% speed and know that my reality is so much slower and it takes so long to fold clothes. And I hate folding clothes. I feel like we should just be able to throw them in the drawer and clothes should naturally come wrinkleless. All materials should not get wrinkles. I don't know why we didn't develop that technology yet, but we should have. I'm getting to doing the dishes, which it's not as many because I've used my tiny little reserves of energy to try to tackle my kitchen. But I finally realized I didn't have my apron on, and putting that apron over a shirt with sleeves, the apron itself pulls down on the back of my neck, but it will pull down on the sleeves and everything, and it makes my clothes feel like a straitjacket a little bit. And I find that I have to wear tank tops or sleeveless shirts with my aprons just so that it doesn't feel terrible. And another thing, today, I decided to be very fancy and luxurious. I lowered my air conditioning to 74 degrees, so it is quite chilly inside my house. When I first moved to Georgia and summer was coming, and the power company recommends that you keep your air conditioning at 78 degrees during the day, and you can like bump it down to 75 or whatever at bedtime. I thought that was the most insane thing ever. It was just way too hot. I didn't think I'd be able to tolerate it. But this summer, after going outside and it is, thick as pea soup and terrible out there, 77 degrees is actually quite refreshing when you get back inside. I don't understand it. It's just terrible, but that is my new reality. We do lower it to 74 when we go to sleep, and I'm like actually cold. So I knew I was going to get really hot and sweaty cleaning, and I lowered it to 74 because I'm fancy. Last time I showed you guys my fancy pants. Now I'm telling you guys about my fancy 74 degree air conditioning.
Brand new street and brand new me. Side by friends I need. Don't you tell me that you're in town. I already know. Couple days ago. Hey, now that our names are written in stone, let's be honest, sounds like home.
So I debated also speeding up my washing my dishes before I put them in the dishwasher footage to 5,000%, much like the folding clothes, because I don't know. I feel like folding clothes and washing dishes are so mundane that it makes the worst of the footage. But I wanted to ask you guys how you felt about it. Is this something that is satisfying and you're happy to watch it and chat along with me? Or is it something that you wished there was less of? You wished I had cut it down so it wasn't so prominent? Doing dishes is such a huge part of my life. It feels like it's constant. And so it's always there. It's always something that I'm going to be doing. But I am happy to trim it down if it's just annoying. I don't know. I do feel like I have less dishes this time. I have like a hard time filling it. I have to keep wandering around the house to find more. Ooh, that right there I'm cleaning separately. I used up one more jar of my home rendered lard. And I don't want to put the lard covered thing straight in there. I feel like it'll kick the residue all over the other dishes and everything will come out feeling a little bit slimy. But I still have so many jars of lard from my first batch doing it. I've rendered a little bit past then, but that was to make more like I wanted to make crackling to eat. I guess pig fat is extremely good if you have a vitamin D deficiency. It's one of the better foods that you can consume. So I did cut up about 2.5 pounds of lard and rendered it down just to make crackling chunks. And it was good. I like it. kind of a weird flavor. You have to get used to it a little bit, but I do find it extremely delicious. It doesn't taste as much like bacon as you would think because bacon is cured with salt and they add flavoring sometimes, but it's more like a really good end of a pork chop. If you grill a pork chop and it has like that fat on the side and you take a little bite of that, that's a lot of what it tastes like. Finishing up. Oh, no, I'm not. Look at all. Dang it. I thought I had so much more dishes in the bottom rack, but clearly I do not.
You take my love for granted. Say a bunch of stuff you never mean, yeah. I think I need a minute to figure out my limits.
So yesterday, not my yesterday, but the yesterday for this video yesterday, I was hanging out with a friend at my house and it was just like a little stormy out, just a tiny bit. And I made a joke because it was a little bit windy. I was like, ooh, are these tornado winds? And we chuckled about it lightly. And then we weren't under a tornado watch. We weren't even under a severe thunderstorm. There was like nothing. It was just like a regular day, a regular afternoon thunderstorm pop up. And out of nowhere, the tornado warning went off. And so like I got my kids and hers into the living room, into the laundry room, and I found her kid an extra helmet. I was like, I'm sorry, babe. Like to mom, I'm like, I'm sorry if we get hit, I don't have a helmet for you. So you just get to suffer your brain damage. And she's like, it's fine. I had it coming. And so because my husband was at work, she and I both decided to be dad, and we stood on the front porch looking for the actual tornado to see if it was going to happen. And I love that. It's a fun little responsibility. And it did it. It wasn't even that bad. There was a little bit further into town. It was apparently extremely windy and we had some blowdowns there. But my house was just on the very edge of where the warning was, and it didn't really do anything. Okay. So finally moving on from cleaning my kitchen, which I've done a couple times, not to full clean, like not to fruition, but I have been in my kitchen trying to clean it. And now I'm finally addressing a different spot of my house. I haven't done this in a very long time. I just haven't had any energy. Like, why pour energy into cleaning the back window? You know what I mean? So I'm finally doing it, and I am so hopeful that all of the fingerprints and smudges and everything that's disgusting is on this side. And as I'm cleaning them, it's not. I realize I'm going to have to clean the other side of this window, and it's so muggy out. This is something that I wish I had done first thing in the morning if I knew I was going to have to go out there and clean. But that's okay. It's not that big of a deal. It's just a few minutes. I get all the dogs out because I know we're all going to be super amped that I went outside. My little lollygagger there. Not her fault. Her legs are 2 inches long, so it takes her longer to get places. I understand that. It's kind of like her walking next to my Rottweiler Beauty is basically, I feel like we have the same vibe when I walk next to my husband. His legs are so much longer, and I am just scurrying along to try to keep up with him. All right, trying to keep an eye on my dogs, make sure they're not up to nonsense while I'm cleaning. And Sweet Potato is watching me, making sure I'm not up to nonsense while I'm cleaning. Okay, so the Rottweiler and the Schnauzer went and did everything they needed to do, but Kesha, that stinking little Yorkie, she was just sitting in a sunbeam. Like, it was sunbeam time, and that was annoying me. But I was like, okay, come on inside. I'm tired of being outside. I hate this. And while I go put the shoes away, she's absolutely trying to figure out where she wants to pee in the house because she is a spoiled little princess who doesn't need to be outside. And immediately she goes to the bathroom. Like, she had to actively hold it when she was outside the first time to spite potty inside the house for me. It had to have been that. So I got her out, She finally did it, and I'm proud of her. Good job, girl. All right, here we go. Let's use this vacuum. I have a much easier time with a vacuum this time around than when I was fighting with it the last time I tried to use it.
Baby, I don't need you to tell me you were wrong. Swear my mind erased you the moment we were done. All out of me, you're all out of me. I'm finally free, it's all good. I'll be fine, and you'll keep on breaking hearts for fun. 1, 2, 3. I don't wanna see your face again, and I'll never let you near my friend.
So the vacuum does did you see that? I slowed it down for you guys. I thought for sure that can was going to be empty, and it slipped right out of my fingers because I didn't hold it very hard. Landed upside down. It was practically full. Landed upside down on its mouth. And so water's everywhere. And I cleaned it up with like that pajama shirt I had in my hand at the time. Oops. Okay. So what I was going to say is the vacuum does get clogged pretty easily with the tissues and the little bits of paper that we have throughout the house. Leroy likes to try to pull tissues out of trash cans and take them everywhere and chew on them. Actually, Beauty does that as well. So it's not uncommon to see pieces of tissue all over my floor and also little bits of paper from all of my kids' crafts and stuff like that. And that will jam up that vacuum. But the vacuum's so much better at getting up the tiny bits of dog hair and the tiny bits of dirt. So as time consuming as it is, as annoying as it is, it's so much better to sweep than vacuum. So that's what I'm doing. Let's get the big bits and then the little bits, and we'll be happy about our bits.
For the first time in ages, I wake up and don't hate it. I guess I found some peace. Through the day to the evening, without shouting and screaming, something new to me. Alone without being lonely, getting back to the old me. It's kinda nice to feel free. I thought this was over, thought I could control it. But if I speak the truth, I ain't over you. I was feeling sober until you came up now. I don't know what to do. I ain't over you. I ain't over. I ain't over. No matter what I do.
The track, whatever that's called, the door track, I guess. Yeah, that was filled with dog hair too. So
Just a face till it's better, yeah. Heard it all before.
look at this. It looks so much better. Just getting everything kind of put back into place and getting it's the bits of tissue that really make my floor look wretched, I think. Okay, bits of tissue and little puffs of dog hair everywhere. And I don't want to wish away the dog hair. Beauty's so old that I'm trying to embrace the dog hair and be like, you know what? I am glad that I have piles and piles and piles of Rottweiler hair in all parts of my home. You know, just let's have gratitude for it instead of resentment. I don't know that it's really working because it is annoying. And I genuinely don't feel like I will miss dog hair when she's gone. I'll miss the other things. But no, I'm not going to miss the dog hair everywhere. That was a weird tangent. Sorry, guys. Oh my gosh, that's what I wanted to tell you guys. Oh my God. So I don't know. If you've watched me for a little bit, you'll know that I hate this floor cleaner, but I bought so much of this floor cleaner that I just have to slog through it. It leaves my floor a little bit sticky. If I walk over it after I mop, my feet prints are automatically in it. It just sucks. It was the Sam's Club brand of floor cleaner. Today, oh my God, you guys, I've had it for months. Today's the first time I realized it was heavily concentrated, and I should have been diluting it 2 ounces per gallon, but I have just been using it straight. on my floor. And I've used like half of the bucket. It's just nonstop. For a while, I didn't know where my spray bottle was, and I was just pouring it straight from bucket onto the floor. No wonder it left a residue. I was using it like 1000% what it should have been. I can't believe I didn't see that for so long. And diluted, I still didn't even do the good amount of dilution. I just had some left in the bottle and I was going to refill it and I realized it was concentrated. So I just added water to whatever I had in the bottle without trying to measure or do anything like that. Significantly better. This floor cleaner is way better than what I thought it was before because I was just a dunderhead who didn't read it. But I'm happy because now that last half of the huge jug is going to last me for years now because I understand that I need to dilute it. And it's a good floor cleaner now, so that was a win. Okay, so I have been putting this off for a while because it's annoying to do, and everybody's wildly excited about it. Check that out. Usually Kesha doesn't care about anything. She just wants to sit on the couch, but she's part of this. So I have had rugs in this room for a while, but the dogs had peed on the rugs and I can go take them to the wash and that's fine. I take them to the laundromat because they're really, really bulky and I need them to use the heavy duty commercial ones. But even the mat that goes underneath it did smell bad. So I have been waiting until I could like power wash those mats and that just was never coming up for me. And so I wanted to get a rug that didn't have a mat. This one was on sale. And it was pretty cheap. I think it's like $140. Don't quote me on that. But it was inexpensive as far as rugs go. And like the ruggable rugs that I had before, those are so, so expensive. Especially you also have to buy the mat. And so I thought I would give it a try. Now, the pattern on it is a lot more brown. It's a more tanny brown, not a deep brown than I thought it would be. So I don't know if it actually really goes well, especially because my walls are so gray with this brown. I don't know. What do you guys think? The rug itself is extremely soft. It's a very soft material. I like walking on it. It feels nice. So I thought maybe if I took away kind of like the green pattern things, it would look a little bit better. I don't know. It's definitely going to get more footprints and dog hair and hopefully not pee on it to where I'm not going to be able to return it. So it's something I have. But I could move it to a bedroom or upstairs or something like that if I just absolutely can't stand how it looks inside. I'm trying to center the rug by counting floor planks. I guess it works. I was right to put this off. This is so much more complicated than anything I had the feeling to do for a while, I guess. I'm glad I'm in the mood to do this is basically what I mean. Like you have to be in the mood to put this much effort. And Leroy, oh my gosh, Leroy and Sweet Potato were way too supervisy for this. They kept standing on it and driving me absolutely crazy. Okay. Here's the thing I didn't want to do. Also, under there was a smashed Christmas ornament and like some trash. But this was the part, it's just, I wanted another adult. I wanted somebody else to help me with this. Honestly, I should have moved the round chair out of the living room, or that's not my living room, out of the room. But I was just, I don't know. It's so annoying to move. So I figured I would do it the worst way possible and make everything terrible for myself. So that works out. I do get my son to help me. And the absolute fear I have sticking my head under that chair while my son's holding it, it's not that heavy, but there was significant trust situation. and down. Okay, so we also just need to wait for those little wrinkles to come out, especially in the lip. Like it just has the fact that it was folded in a box wrinkle. What do you guys think? In real life, that brown is a lot more light brown. And I don't know, is the pattern going with everything? I'm not sure. All right, I wanted to finish the back half of the couch so that this whole section would be considered done. Like close off, I'm done. Box mountain in my garage from all of our boxes is getting significant again. I need to make another run to the recycling center. The woman who runs the desk at the recycling center is such a delight. She's so adorable and charming, but I'm worried she judges me for how many times I show up to do my recycling. Like, I don't want to disappoint her. I don't want her to be disappointed in me because I show up every 4 to 5 months. I need her to approve of me. I love her so deeply.
An image from a dream kept me up all night. The feeling is surreal, stuck inside my mind. Your body in my arms, under moonlit skies. We're trying to count the stars till the sun will rise. I don't wanna wait, travel far away. If we leave today, will you tag along? Come on, tag along. Come on, tag along. Come on, tag along. We're walking on the sand, footprints on the beach, so closely hand in hand till we're out of reach. Ain't going by the clock like we're frozen time. Your kisses are so hard, and your eyes, they shine. I don't wanna wait, travel far away. If we leave today, will you tag along? Come on, tag along. Come on, tag along. Come on, tag along. So I'm gonna try, never give up. One day you'll be mine, and we'll take off. Follow me, I could be all you ever wanted and more. What is mine is yours. I don't wanna wait, travel far away. If we leave today, will you tag along? Come on, tag along. Tag along. Tag along. Ooh, come on, tag along. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so I'm pretty sure at this point I have had to pause and charge my phone so that I could keep recording. And I also ate a little bit of lunch. And coming back from that pause and that lunch, I've lost it. I've lost all of my energy. I've lost all of my motivation. And I am now in a state of negotiation with myself. So we wanted the house entirely clean. And I'm thinking between two thought processes. I could stop and show you guys where my energy got at this point. And I could say, okay, I had it. This is as far as we got. Or I could like keep adding a little bit, seeing where I could get. And I want my house to be clean, but I don't want to get myself to a point where the next day I have nothing in the tank. Like there's just absolutely nothing in me. And so I think, okay, could you just get the kitchen done? Maybe. I think that's the order that this goes in. It's all very foggy. It all happened so fast. Just kidding. It took like a million years. So I am doing another round of dishes so that the dishes are done. I have the back office that I was considering doing, and that's when I stopped, and I don't show you the footage. I do set up the camera and it's in the office area, and then I decide that I need to charge my phone and eat something. So we're back in the kitchen. I am doing the dishes. I have an office. I wanted to clear off my kitchen table, and the living room's still not done. So there's so much that's not done, even though I already did so much. Like I'm excited for what I got done, but if I just have that space, the classroom area, I call it, in front of the porch, clean, it's just a random spot. It doesn't really change the whole feeling of my house. I just have one spot that looks nice, but the rest of my house still has a lot of visual screaming at me of messy, lazy, worthless. Like it has a lot of its anger still pent up on the surfaces, and I want to settle, I want to quiet, I want to hush. So let's keep moving forward. Dishes are so routine. I can knock these out without really thinking, and it creates the most impact in my kitchen. Getting those dishes off makes my kitchen the most clean. It's the biggest bang for my buck at this moment. So that's what I've told myself I'm going to do. Just do a simple load of laundry. Oh, frick. Dishes. You guys can see that I'm not doing laundry, right? I want to know why this lid is out. That's the lid to my slow cooker. Where's the slow cooker? I haven't used the slow cooker in weeks. It's clean. It's put away. Why is there a random wandering lid?
This old habit's got a hold on me, won't let go of me. This old habit's got a grip on me, won't set me free, won't leave me be. I can't shake it, I can't break it, I can't get away from you, you pull me in. I can't shake it, I can't break it, I can't get away from you, you pull me in. You're sweet, oh Lord, it is too much for me. You got me on my knees. I know I should just walk away, but your hold on me won't give away. I can't shake it, I can't break it, I can't get away from you, you pull me in. I can't shake it, I can't break it, I can't get away from you, you pull me in. I can't shake it, I can't break it, I can't get away from you, you pull me in. I can't shake it, I can't break it, I can't get away from you, you pull me in.
I've been working on myself. I really try my best to change.
Okay, so after I finished that round of dishes, I was like, okay, you can get the office swept and mopped. It looks bad because there's a little bit of trash, a little bit of dog stuff, a little bit of fuzz. Leroy likes to bring his lammies over here to chew their faces off and pull their fuzz out of them. And that's a quick fix. It's a quick fix. I just had to spin the chair from where somebody pivoted the chair to watch a storm and sweep and then mop. Honestly, this even sped up doesn't do it justice. Oh, and vacuum. It was really fast. It didn't take very much time. I'm glad I did it. I've kind of negotiated myself that I'm like, okay, you can do the office, fine, but you really want to do the dining room table. So do the office and then you can come into the dining room table. Does that make sense? You can start back there and work forward, and then you'll have that whole corner done instead of just doing the dining room table, but just beyond that is messy. That's what I told myself. So we're just doing a lot of mental negotiations and trying to convince myself that things are small, bite-sized pieces. But I am quite tired. I am getting concerned with where I'm going to feel towards the ends and whether or not I want to push through this. And what it is that I do want to push through it, but I'm worried it is the wrong decision for me and that I shouldn't behave like this. But this kitchen hasn't been cleared off in so long. This kitchen table hasn't been cleared off in so long. It's constantly just looked like this, like fireworks. I got the rest of our old fireworks and the big mixing bowl that I washed and didn't put away after I did the peaches. It's a lot.
We can cry when it's over. We can cry when it's over.
And there's a hilarious amount of stuff on this kitchen table. Okay, so I'm cleaning off this table. I wanted to, when I was doing the back table, that wood table behind my sofa, the back table is what I call it. I wanted to tell you guys how beautiful the wood cleaner I bought smelled. But I was busy yapping about something else. I used it on this table, so it brought it to mind. I bought a new wood cleaner and it says it's almond scented, and almonds smell and taste like maraschino cherries to me. Not actual almonds, but the almond scented, almond flavored and stuff. Not this wood cleaner. I did not taste it. But like when you can get almond flavoring in your mocha or something, that's a cherry chocolate mocha. I love that. And this smells exactly like cherries. It smells so good. So I used an unreasonable amount of spray on this table just so I could smell it even more and better. And let me tell you, I'm going to be cleaning off this table and the back table every other day. It smells so delicious. It's one of my favorite smells. Like, you know, the Jergens original almond scented lotion? That's cherries, and I love it. And that's the lotion I use, and it smells amazing. Also, I don't eat the lotion, but I really do want to go find someone that has somewhere that has almond syrup and have an almond mocha at this point. Okay, so there is the Roomba that is broken, and I finally confessed it to my husband. He said he'd fix it, but he didn't yet, so we're going to get a divorce. And then also the shredder I bought to shred all the documents that I set it right next to that I still haven't done. Okay, so I lift this table and move it all on my own. That right there, those were just poltergeists that you saw. So I moved that kitchen table all on my own, and I finally am going to get a really good sweep and a really good mop that I haven't done in a while. I definitely am going to end up resurfacing this floor if we ever have to sell this house or ever move, because that table, the chairs made some pretty good scratches, which is a huge bummer. But it wasn't like we were going to be gentle on a floor with my house, my kids, my dogs. It was kind of known. So hopefully we hold on to this house for like 20 years. And then right before we die, we can refinish it. So I guess 40 years. I don't want to die when I'm 60. Oof. I loved the gray that I painted on my walls, but I am getting in such a mood about grays. And I'm kind of over it. And I want to do something drastic. And I don't know if that's a good idea or a terrible idea. But okay, so nobody say anything. This is a secret. I asked my husband to leave and it worked out. He has to leave for a whole week. And that means I am unsupervised for a whole week. And I'm going to do something massive in the bedroom, decoratively speaking, guys, is what I really meant to say. It's a decoration situation in the bedroom. That's what we're trying to get at. Oh, the phrasing that I don't want him to know about. I'm whispering. He might be in the house, and then he won't be able to stop me. And when he comes home, it's not like he's going to change it back. I'm really excited about this. And so last night we were talking and I said something about wanting to buy something like a rug. Oh, I wasn't sure about these rugs. This one matches. I think I got a little bit too small you'll see in a minute. I think this one is a little too small. It's good for the space, but not for the table. And my husband's like, get a new rug. And I was like, I just got this one and rugs are expensive. And he goes, oh, it's Prime Days. And I was like, wow, yes. And I looked and everything that I had in my cart for this whole crazy unhinged idea I have was like marked down drastically for Prime Days. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so excited. And he goes, well, what are you doing? And I told him it was none of his business because quite frankly, it is none of his business. And he's like, no, you can't just buy a shopping cart full of stuff because it's Prime Day. And so I made eye contact and I bought my entire cart just because it was Prime Day. Because impulses. And so I am very excited about this and we'll see how it goes. I'm really excited. Everybody shut up about it. He came in. Okay. All right. So he's not in the room, but I'm pretty sure he can still hear me. So anyways, what do we think about the size of that rug underneath my dining room table? Too small? Just right? Chitty chat about random things. Okay. So we did the office. We did the dining zone, if you will. And now I'm like, okay, just get this main island cleaned off. You feel better with the main island cleaned off. And you can stop after that if you want. Which we know is a lie. But, if you can't gaslight yourself, who can you gaslight? I am really tired at this point. I really am. And I'm having like mini tantrums when you can't see me. And I think I'm having little mini tantrums when you can see me. I'll point out when you can see my attitude in a minute.
Taking turns, not a lesson learned.
All right, so it's not as cluttered as it's always been because I have been doing like the surface level scraping and I don't know, just a few things came out from groceries that I bought and I thought I was going to make different things for dinner. I bought chia seeds and I started drinking them down for the fiber of it all. I typically buy my chia seeds in bulk, but they just had a little bit. Now I'm just chit-chatting to chit-chat. Sorry, guys. Okay, that is medication that's supposed to go in my dog's ear, but the instructions are completely different than what I was told over the phone, and I need to call the vet and ask them how that's going. And I'm supposed to put it in my dog's ears, but maybe just one ear, but maybe both the ears, who knows? It says use a full syringe on the ears. Is that a full syringe each ear, or do I just eyeball it into halvesies into each ear? What do I do? It's very unclear. So, hate. But I have to leave it out because if I put it away, it's never going to happen. If I took anything from y'all about maybe or not I have ADHD, it would be the out of sight, out of mind aspect of ADHD, the object permanence, the fact that if it's not where you can see it, you absolutely have no idea it exists. That is 7,000% me. It's wild. And so I have to, even though I want to have a beautiful, reset, clean house, there are a few things that I am leaving out because I need to be able to see them so that I use them later. All right, splitting the island in half to clean one half and not the other half. Well, I mean, I do clean both halves, but at a time is what I guess I'm trying to say. I'm measuring out my water. That's a half gallon there. And I am so smug about how much water I drink. I'm like, yeah, I easily drink a gallon of water a day, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, no, now that I'm having it out, I am not drinking as much water during the day as I have told myself I am. And I'm not drinking much water during the day. I really need to adjust that. So I am measuring and leaving out my half gallon of water. So at a bare minimum, that is what I drink. My nurse, when I went to go get labs done, my intake so that I could go to the doctor, she's like, oh, that's not enough water at all. Half gallon is not enough water. And I genuinely thought it kind of was. I didn't think I needed that much hydration, but I suppose I do. Okay, so the last two times I think I cleaned my kitchen, I just barely wiped down the islands, and I felt like I needed to wipe it down more and more because there are like tiny little sticky parts, and I didn't do it because I was like, you know what, it's fine, just get it once, you're good. But now I really need to scrub it, but I don't have it in me to actually scrub it. So I got out my little scrubber thing. This is a new attachment to it. It's more of a cloth material and it's spinning around. And I just didn't think a scrubby brush would be okay to use on my kitchen island. I'm sure the stone, whatever it is, maybe granite, I don't know. I'm sure that's strong enough to not really be scratched, but I also think if it is granite's kind of a sissy rock, right? Like you're really supposed to be cautious of what you use to clean it with. And like, I guess you could scratch it pretty easily, but I was paranoid about that. So I just used the soft cloth and it worked a decent amount. It got up when it needed to get up. But the other thing I hated about it is I couldn't feel with my hand underneath the cloth whether or not there was something bumpy. So like I'm cleaning with one hand and like rubbing down the counter with my other hand to see if I feel anything that needs to be gone over. And then of course go over it one more time with that cloth that makes the water spots go away. That banana is well past its prime. I'm super hopeful you guys can't hear my husband in the shower in the bathroom behind me. But he does have to shower and go to work because I am not about to get a job. And so I'm not going to stop him. That man needs to go get me money. I am a gold digger and I require gold. It may look like I have all the fixins for guacamole or salsa, but that is not what I'm making. That just happened to have the ingredients for that. And I took the shallots out of the package that it came in because the package wasn't cute. And so now they have to be exposed because shallots, I think, look nice, but a giant yellow shallots package is ugly. So this half of the counter is easier to clean because my kids do not make peanut butter jelly sandwiches on it, and it has less food exposure than the other half. It tends to get more clutter though. It tends to have like the mail and other crap that we bring into the house lands on that side, and the food half is on the other side. And that's how we designated where we're going to hoard our belongings.
Why you wanna run away? Why you gotta be afraid? I wish I could make you stay. Cause baby, I love you. Why you tryna break us up? When I'm tryna build it up. I wish I could make you stop. Cause baby, I love you. Guess I'm gonna dance alone tonight. I'm gonna miss your body. You know I can never get it right without you. No, I don't wanna step into the light if I don't get you, shawty. You bring out the sweetness of my life. Oh yeah. Come on and give me that, give me that, give me that good, good loving. Come on and show me that, show me that, show me that you're the one. I move to the left while you move to the right.
Okay, I decide that I'm going to do the back counter too. And since I'm doing the back counter too, I know I'm going to sweep and mop, which is stupid. But I'm so close to a fully clean kitchen that I might as well fully clean my kitchen, if that makes sense. But what's worse about doing that is now that I am fully cleaning my kitchen, that means we have the classroom area leading out to the patio that's cleaned, the office, the dining kitchen room table, whatever you want to call that, is clean, and then my kitchen's going to be clean, which means I absolutely will do the laundry room. And I know I have the whole thing that I have to do. I'm going to do the whole thing, and I do think it's going to kind of wipe me out for the next day, but I'm stuck at this point. I have to do it. And yes, I know deep down I don't have to do it, but my brain's going to make me do it. This is happening. So, F it. I am moving the dishes into the sink. If they fit in the sink, they don't count. And I am very grateful that they all fit in the sink, so I don't have to do more dishes. But I'm going to clean off this cooktop. I have a cooktop cleaner. It turns out I have two. I find that out later. And then I have this specific purple brush that you're just supposed to use with water. It's not a brush, it's a sponge. And use on your glass cooktop, and it's supposed to clean it. It doesn't. So I combined the two, but because I got the spongy so wet, it is never going to dry. So I decided to add a little bit more of the cleaner because you're supposed to polish it up, I suppose. And I'm going to wipe it down again so that it's not so wet with water, and it'll have a nice shine for me. I did buy a few razors to scrape up some of like the water spots, but that's not happening today. Those are tucked away. I had them a while ago and then couldn't find them. It's actually in that cleaning drawer that I have stuck out. I found them again. I guess by putting them away, I completely baffled myself with my life. I have not wanted to open and rinse out that jar of broth in a while because I thought it would smell so bad. And the longer I put it off, the worse I thought it would smell. And I finally got brave enough to empty it and add soap and water. It did not smell very bad at all. I was being a huge sissy for no reason. All right, the backsplash is kind of gross. Weirdly, it has peanut butter back there. Don't know how that happens. I do, it's my kids, but really? Peanut butter on the backsplash behind the sink? Weird. And I have not wiped down where my drying rack goes in a while, and I'm finally gonna switch out the pad for the drying rack, and I'm going to scrub down that whole area. And it has to be a solid 6 months since I've swapped out that drying rack. Oh, that's a generous assumption. Okay, so I had been mentioning how hot it was in Georgia. It's really hot. We've been under like heat warnings and stuff, as has most of the country. So I'm not special in this. I'm just acknowledging that it is there. So Sammy is caught quite a bit in the background of this video. We talked about it. I asked her if she was okay with it, and I asked her if I talked about it, and she said she was fine with it. So Sammy is pacing. Typically, she does this in front of our house, and it is miles and miles a day. Not that she walks miles away from my house, but the back and forth in our driveway, it has to be miles every day. This is just something that she does in her autism. It feels really good to her. It's so self-soothing. She's listening to music, or maybe she's watching a few clips, but not watching, listening to a few clips and just going back and forth. But it has been so hot that she did get a little bit of, not heat stroke, like heat exhaustion. She just got too warm and she got a really big headache and felt like throwing up, and she was really concerned with how sick she felt. So we had to talk about the temperature outside. So another thing about my daughter's autism, it is common but not universal. She doesn't feel the temperature like we feel the temperature. She would be in the cold with not enough clothing, and she doesn't feel cold enough. And she could be out in the heat with too much clothing, and she doesn't feel hot enough. So we have to have a lot of discussions about rules with temperature. Like, okay, if you see that it's 75 degrees or warmer, especially down here because of humidity, you have to wear shorts and a t-shirt, not your winter pajamas outside. And if it's, 60 degrees or cooler, I would like you to wear pants and a long sleeve shirt kind of thing. So we have to put temperature rules in for her because she was wearing way more layers because they're cozy than she could outside. So I put in rules where she had to be inside today because of how hot it was. She was out a lot in the morning, but she is kind of trapped inside for right now. I just want to make sure that she cools off a little bit. So she is doing her laps inside the home and just living her best life. So all right, I am really close to being done, and I'm very excited about being close to being done.
With you, everything's moving slower. I don't know what it is you do. I've been looking at you all night, trying to figure you out. I just wanna make you smile. Hold your hand in my hand, looking at the sunset. Man, you're looking good tonight. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Falling in love. You set my wheels in motion. I'm going crazy for you. Eyes blue like the ocean. I can see you want this too. Cause you've been looking at me all night, trying to figure me out. I just wanna let you know. And I ain't playing no games, baby, you won't change. I only want you. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my calling. There's no one else here that I see but you. It's what you're doing, it's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Yeah, I'm falling in love. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. I wanna kiss you before the sun goes down. It's what you're doing, making me feel like I'm falling. And when you're moving, I can hear my what you're doing that's making me feel like I'm falling. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Yeah, I'm falling in love. Yeah, I'm falling in love.
Oh, I hit you guys. I actually do that a couple more times. At the end here, I just whap you a little bit with the mop. You're fine though. I don't think I hurt you. You're fine. Suck it up, Buttercup. A little bit of a tantrum because I still have to clean. Okay, putting the rugs back down. I still kind of like these rugs, but I wish they were anti-fatigue. I guess I'm really moody about rugs recently. Okay, pissed. I'm pissed at this point because my living room didn't clean itself. That sucked. But it is the last thing I need to do, really. Because I've told myself I'm not going to sweep the path in from the garage, like, you know, that little hallway in from the garage. I'm trying to convince myself that I'm not going to sweep it. And this living room has been tidied a little bit, so it's not terrible. I need to get the laundry that just keeps falling off or showing up. Leroy really wants me to see that lamb. Oh, no, he doesn't. He wants to show it to Calvin.
To be pretty, I'm always the one no one knows. Never found somebody like me. State of mind is always moving on. Cut through the chase somewhat quickly. Don't need no bullshit from y'all. Maybe you find me quite scary. I don't care if so, it's either or. Thinking about leaving the city. Lately it's making me choke. Don't give a damn if I'm silly. I don't care if so, it's either or. You can choose to win or lose. I give you the choice. The world is
So I am pleading with Beauty to move, and she doesn't want to. She doesn't know where to go because she can't go. The ottoman's tucked up against the couch, so she's like, there's nowhere else to go. This is the only spot in the entire house that I could possibly be. And so I congratulated her when she found her way to the front. I was like, oh, good job. And Leroy came sprinting in to see if anybody was getting any sort of positive attention because he deeply needed it and realized that she wasn't. So he went back to go try to play with his bestie. all I can think about is how glad I am that I am almost done. It's so close. Oh, hit you again. Told you I would. I think I hit you one more time. But if not, I will hit you in the next video, just, you know, to make myself not a liar. But I think I hit you one more time. But somehow, even more dog hair just showed up over in that little back corner. I thought I had vacuumed / swept it several times, but there was like an entire guinea pig's worth of dog hair over there. Okay, I told myself I wouldn't, but I will. This is it. This is the last bit. I don't mop it because I don't care. I don't care anymore. But there was pretty big tufts of dog hair that I wanted to get out of the way because I knew, so I was lazy. I don't know if I told you guys this, you guys. The beginning of this video was so long ago. I was sitting on the couch being all lazy before Mark left for work because I didn't want him to know I was cleaning the house. And I didn't want him to come into like the dirty thing, so I just swept there. And I wanted him to come in and see, look, you guys, final result. Those don't exist. Don't look at that. But everything, I did it. It feels a lot better in here. Of course, I always say that. Don't look at that desk. Everybody stop it. But the rest of it, having rugs down does feel a lot more homey. I hope they grow on me. If not, I will have to relegate them to rooms that I don't go into and hopefully get a new rug during Amazon Prime days. We're still not talking about that. Everybody be quiet. Okay. I am really grateful. I'm happy. It's so much better. The entryway is another place we're not going to talk about because that is it's a staging zone, if you will. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I really appreciate it. I can't wait to see what we get up to in the next video, and I love you. Bye.